You're welcome to the Straight Up Talk, where the goal of this show is to impact and provide value where we can. So in this world, there are two kind of people. There are people who get to realize, especially in their 20s, that their mindset is in a really bad place. Maybe habits that they have been doing before are really. It's not about. They get to realize that, so many times when we are teenagers, we get to blame other people for this and that. It's not always about us.
It's not your fault. How is it not your fault? This is all your fault. Everything's your fault.
But when we reach out in our 20s, some of us get to realize, we actually need to change this. There's this and this that is wrong. And the problem is me. So in this video, I want to speak to people who right now who've realized that their mindset is really in a bad place.
What this organization desperately needs is change.
So what's up guys? My name is Sammy and I'm your host for today's episode. So today's a wonderful episode. So before I start, I'd urge you to like and subscribe to my channel, because I release videos just like this every single week and you don't want to miss it. So the first thing I got to realize when doing all these things of just the mind, just understanding my mind, is that I got to realize that most of the things that happen in my mind isn't true. And this one I learned it from therapy. Therapy was a good place for me, and I haven't been in it for a while, but I think I've gotten some tools that has really helped me. That what happened in therapy is that I got to see everything about my situation in a third perspective. Just like a different perspective. So here's my life, here's me and my therapist talking, but now she was able to make me see things like from I have a limelight. Like now I'm not me, like I'm out of my body, and I'm able to see myself as that other person. Now I'm watching myself and I'm seeing myself from a different perspective, and that helped me to see that most of the things that happen in my brain is not true. Because when I assess so many situations, so many things that I was stressed about, I was so anxious about, I wasn't feeling I was feeling bad about. So many things are not actually true. Until now I got to realize that sometimes also your feelings are actually, the thoughts that happen in your brain, sometimes you shouldn't just allow it to happen. Sometimes your brain just catches anything, and whatever your brain catches, your brain goes everywhere, and then whatever it catches, it can stick to it. So you're the one who decides what it catches. The second thing, which is about also controlling yourself, sometimes we allow our mind and feelings to take control of us. So the second thing is do something that's called a pattern interrupt. This pattern interrupt, I got to learn it from the man himself, Tony Robbins. Of course, he's the best guy on psychology. He's the best guy I've seen so far. I don't know, unless you guys tell me someone else. Maybe you can comment below who else is good at psychology like that guy. I really like how he puts things into place, and really his tools have really actually helped me. So this one is called pattern interrupt. So on Sunday, I remember, and also other times when I didn't feel like watching. Now sometimes I sit down, I feel like shit, I feel so bad. I'm like, okay, I get to realize. It says sometimes you get to realize how you feel. So you get to ask yourself, like, how do I feel? I feel bad, I feel awful. So what I do, I change my body instantly, which he talks about pattern interrupt. So he talks about, doing your energy incantation, body incantation and all. So for me, I do a thing whereby I skip, which is also something he recommends. So I skip or I jump up like this. Even when I'm feeling anxious these days, when I'm before a game or maybe going to speak on a stage or something, or to people, I'm going to speak to people. I try doing this a lot. So I do this, I do a pattern interrupt completely. I feel anxious, I'm like, okay, what do? I start jumping. I just jump. I feel good at the other time. I remember on Sunday, we had a service, things didn't really go well, people didn't come. I was feeling so awful, I was feeling like shit. I was washing my clothes, I was just like, wow, what a bad day, I'm feeling so bad. But I got to realize that it's not really a bad day, just how I was feeling. So if I'm feeling a certain kind of way that isn't really giving me the emotion I want, I change my body instantly. So the third thing, and I hope it can be just the third and final thing I can share with you. I have more, but I really want to keep it short. These are things that can really help you. Just realize your negative thoughts. Most of the time our brain really goes into survival mode. I know you guys have heard that most of our work of our brain in ourselves is to protect us. So your brain goes into survival mode. So it will always come up with negative answers. But these days I tried doing a pattern interrupt. Like Juicy or some time back, I was in a room with some really bigger people than myself. But my mind was going into a point whereby I really didn't want to show who I am. I wasn't really wanting to speak, because I was like, yo, these guys are bigger than me, I shouldn't be here. My brain was going to that part. But now I interrupted completely. I was just like, no, I think I'm actually a good person for this audience. I'm actually a good person for these big guys. I know they don't have some youthful young energy. They are lacking some enthusiasm, 1, 2, 3. So all these things I was thinking, now I started thinking about the positive things that I'm bringing in, not just the negative things that I'm young, I'm inexperienced and stuff, and such kind of stuff. So now my mind went to that part, and when my mind went to that part, I changed my emotion instantly, where my brain was like, yo, I actually now became more like became more present in the meeting. It wasn't even about that. I don't even think they weren't looking at me like a young inexperienced guy, but my brain was forming that. So when I realized my brain was forming that, I already saw the pattern, because it has happened so many times, and Kitamba used to allow it, but now I got to realize I'm gonna break this pattern interrupt by having positive things. So the last and final part, this is the part where guys normally say NB, not better, guys. That your brain is super powerful. I wouldn't say it's a joke. Your brain is super powerful. It can control you the way you want it, man. You can choose you, like you can choose to be down like this, or you can choose to be excited like this. Yeah. So now how you can actually get to be like this excitedly is that you have to realize this is something really important, and you guys need to take note of this, that what you put in your mind is very important. These days I try reading the Bible a lot. You guys should try this. Like, so I had some pastors saying, like, whatever words Jesus was sharing the disciples, try saying them to yourself. Yeah, some words are really powerful when you bring in. So whatever you put in, garbage in, garbage out. So if you find yourself struggling in the brain, actually ask yourself, what information are you putting in? So as I come to a conclusion, speak to your brain. Your brain is not your slave. You're not a slave to your brain. No way, no way. Don't think of yourself as a slave to your brain. Actually speak to it, command it, decide the thoughts it's going to think. Even if you won't have full control of it. Of course, some of it you need to ask God for his strength to help with it. But do whatever you can to actually speak to your brain, pray, meditate, do things that will help you now learn how to control your brain in different kind of ways. Read the word of God, say some powerful words to yourself. So I'll end this video here. If you like this video that I've shared and the insight I've shared, like and subscribe to my channel. You can actually even share it if you think it would provide value to someone else. If you think that you can also provide value to us or to people who would watch this video, actually comment below. I'd actually appreciate if you comment below. I'd actually want to know, how do you actually get control of your mind? How do you actually deal with some things in your mind? How do you actually walk through the toughest of times? How do you actually walk through those times and actually become strong after that?